Everything is going so well in this diorama, then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a crack happens. Let's go ahead and pull out some clays and get this bad boy fixed back up to perfection. Now, as you can see in this video, which is a small highlight clip for our tips and tricks, we are working on creating a log for the Goliath Bird Eater Tarantula diorama series. Now, we have already baked this to perfection. Now, there's 2 tumblers inside this, and I've attached them 2 together. Now, you can see that full-length video in the actual diorama creation series, but this video is just us about fixing this crack. Now, again, this is Sculpey original that we had wrapped around the stainless steel tumblers to create the actual log wood textured effect. And we haven't done the actual bark texture yet, so it's not done. But to remedy this crack, what we're going to be using is DOS Airdry Clay. So I'm rolling out small segments of that DOS Airdry Clay, and I'm being very rough with it, pushing it into the crack here and making sure that it kind of gets down into the nooks and crannies of the crack. Am I taking my tool and I'm pushing it all the way deep inside the crack? Probably not. But the whole point is we're going to fill up this superficial crack that's probably not actual structural damaging the actual strength of the item, and we're going to go ahead and repair this. Now, because we're using a different type of clay, it really didn't matter the color, but it kind of works out that it's the actual bleached white DOS that we're using over the actual white Sculpey original. It just looks kind of nice in the video content. Let's not lie. So what we're doing here is we're just going to roll this out here, and we're going to continuously push this in. The crack only went around maybe like 3/4 of the item here, and we actually have like a branch on both sides of the actual log. But as you can see, I'm also going to apply a little bit of water to the my glove here as I'm applying this here. And what you want to do is you want to create a nice feathered texture, like a kind of taper on both ends of the clay that you're applying here. We're going to use a silicone tip tool here, and we're going to kind of give it some striations here. Now, we want to go ahead and give it some striations now while it's pretty wet overall. Now, just remember that the existing clay that we've already applied so far in this video is it's on the inside, it has this normal moisture content. And when we go over it with a little bit of water just to kind of smooth it and texture it, when we come in with the silicone tip tool, it's really easy for that clay to take on the shapes that we want because it's moistened, even more so than its original packaging. We're also going to use a little bit of a wire tool here, and I'm going to go ahead and give a lot of like texture and striations. The only reason that it still has a different color and a little bit more darkness to the actual clay is because it's wet. Let's be honest. Now, if I was using terracotta, which if I ever get another bad crack like this, then I'll do it in terracotta just so you can see it from a different angle. So if you're looking for something like this on YouTube, where like I have a big clay item that's got a major crack in it, and you're looking for remedies and ways that you can kind of improve your repair work, then you can kind of see just a few different types of videos from my channel on repairing crack work. So it's bound to happen eventually again, and I will of course show you that when I get to it in a different format, in a different way. So as you can see, it just has a little bit darker color right now because it's moist. Now we're going to go ahead and give this a little bit of time to dry, and now I'm going to go ahead and paint the overall base coat on the log. Now as you can see, I haven't base coated the actual clay repair work yet, and we're going to go ahead and do that now. Now, although I don't know where I want to put the actual bark texture over this existing base coat over the wood, I still want to make sure that I repair any kind of blemishes so the customer gets the absolute best commission piece that they can. We want to make sure things are done right. So we're going to go ahead and go in with a little bit of black. It doesn't matter the base coat color. This is a lamp black, not a Mars black, which I usually use. And we're just going to use this as just a base coat to get something down in all these nooks and crannies that I had sculpted into the outside jacket of this clay. So we're just going to be very, very generous with this. I will add water to my brush ever so often to kind of thin the mixture. So that way those thick acrylics just don't completely wash out the textures that I had painted into the item. And of course you can see right there towards the top of the actual log how that black paint is just a little bit more chalky. But it's already been drying for a while. If you really wanted to get a really deep, rich black layer over that, then you would have to put on a few layers. But as you can see, this layer that I'm putting on now is just nice, thick. I'm still happy with how the repair work for this crack went. Otherwise, guys, make sure you like and subscribe and check out the full-length diorama series or the tips and tricks for more information and videos.